it's Jabbo, and he's sadly on track to beat yet another world record.
So this is my AGDQ Fallout free 90% submission. Basically, this run is loaded from a predetermined save. This save is right after the introduction to the game. I'm actually just going to turn this down a bit. So the introduction to the game is like a 2 3-minute cutscene of our mom dying and giving birth to us, and we also create our character. We chose as a community to skip this because it's not relevant to the speedrun, and yeah, we don't want to waste so much time inside of the vault. So let's go. First off the bat, this is our dad. We're going to talk to him a few times in this run. I'm quick save quick loading here to skip dialogue, and I will be using quick save quick load to do a lot of things in this run. I will try to explain it when I can, but quick save quick loading is essentially a way to just skip dialogue and break out of bounds. I'm also going to go for 10 strength here in the special book because our special stats don't matter. Contrary to popular belief, agility does not affect movement speed, and our special is 10 strength, 5 everything else because it's the easiest thing to do. Next, we're going to use the truck, and this is going to be used to push Dad along from one dialogue spot to another. So he's going to talk here like this, and then we're going to quick save quick load to skip it, and then push him over here. That is done to skip dialogue, not dialogue, animations, and it saves around about 6 seconds, and then we're going to leave. You can escape the vault as a child. We're not going to do it because it's slow. We escape the vault as a 16-year-old. Now it's our birthday party, and we're going to quick save quick load a bunch more dialogue. This is going to skip Dad's speech, and we're going to break out of the birthday party immediately. That's because we don't really want to have a birthday party. Instead, we want to go get our gun. So Jonas here should give us a BB gun. Actually, no, he doesn't give it to us, but Dad gives it to us. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to shoot Jonas with it. This is purely to skip dialogue. Jonas, if you don't shoot him, we'll talk to Dad for like 6 seconds, and that's going to waste time. So if we shoot him, we skip that dialogue. Next up, we're going to shoot these 3 targets in no particular order, and then shoot this rat roach, killing it. And that is the only mandatory enemy we have to kill in this run. So then we're going to push Dad to the end, and from now on, we're a pacifist. This is essentially the tutorial to the game. It's kind of an interesting tutorial, at least, like, conventionally. I kind of like it. Now we're 16 years old, and we have to go take the GOAT test. So that's the best part of the run. Also, Dad's giving us an examination. There's a bobblehead over there. So Dad's going to talk to us.
Go on now.
Again, we're going to skip dialogue and immediately not take the GOAT test and instead clip out of bounds. So what happened there was I reset my position by hitting the COC. Not the COC. The reset plane, I guess you could call it. If you clip out of bounds and hit the reset plane underneath the map, you will be positioned in the COC point, which is the center of a cell. A good way to look at it is like this. Basically, you can do this to skip a few things, but the most interesting thing you can use it for is basically exiting the vault early, or getting out of, like this. You see that? Essentially, it's used to reset your character's position. I'll talk about 2 different tricks in a second. I just need to get this cliff cripple real quick. Hopefully. Oh, please. Oh, no way is it giving me the reverse one. Nice. Please give me it. Alright, perfect. Okay, so that right there is Cliff Cripple. So why that is prevalent, I'll tell you. Basically, that gives us a glitch called Speed Cripple, and Cliff Cripple is the fastest way to obtain Speed Cripple. There's 2 ways to, well, there's multiple ways to obtain it, but speedrun-wise, there's 2 ways. You can go for Missile Cripple or Cliff Cripple. Missile Cripple is roughly like 40 seconds slower, but it's generally the easiest way to do it. Whereas Cliff Cripple is harder because it's a lot more inconsistent and isn't really easy for new runners to do. It's a very terrible trick that everybody hates, but it's kind of necessary in this run. So the way that it works is as your legs get crippled and you get applied the cripple speed, which basically reverts your normal speed and adds cripple speed. If you quick load during that process, there is a chance that you can accidentally keep the cripple speed and have that on top of your normal movement speed. As you can see, my character's hobbling, but we are moving at a much faster pace. And this saves a lot of time in this run, and it's very necessary as a trick for all categories. And you can do this as a child as well, but we do it as an adult, because obviously with the adult movement speed and the cripple movement speed on top of our normal movement speed, we run at around about 160% movement speed. There was another trick I was doing inside of the vault that I didn't mention that you won't see me do again, which was called stop hopping. Essentially, when you are moving at normal movement speed, you can do a trick called a stop hop, which looks like this. Which essentially gives you more movement speed than normal, like just walking. Essentially, I'm not going to really explain it too much because it's not necessary here, but it's kind of like b-hopping in CSGO of, well, Valve games, except you don't have like exponential speed, you have a fixed speed that is slightly faster than running, so it is a faster trick than running, so that's why we do it inside Vault 101. I'm out of bounds here. I'm going to go discover the Citadel because I need to discover it for ending the game, and then we're going to go back to Vault 101. And we're going to make our way to Little Lamplight. So what's kind of going on here speedrun-wise is, in order to finish the game, we need to grab the Gek, because grabbing the Gek initializes the end process of the game where the Enclave take over the Jefferson Memorial. For us to do that, we have to go to Vault 87, which is inside Lamplight. And usually you get this information after you, you know, help Dad in Tranquility Lane, and then you take him to Jefferson Memorial. He gets kidnapped. Well, not kidnapped. He gets killed. And then you gather this information from, I think it's Dr. Lee, after you get into the Citadel. But instead of doing that, we can make our way straight to Vault 87, and we can clip inside of Vault 87 through Little Lamplight, and then get into the Gek room and obtain the Gek illegally. So, essentially, we're bypassing about 90% of the game, and by getting the Gek, we get transported to Raven Rock, which, again, initializes the end of the game. Usually, you're not allowed to get into the end of the game until you get, Optimus Prime. I forgot his name. Optimus. We're just going to call him Optimus Prime. Until you get Optimus Prime to help you out. We don't need that because we break the game so much, we can just fast travel to the Jefferson Memorial and just completely bypass that segment, which lets us finish the game. So, story-wise, Dad is stuck inside of Tranquility Lane. We don't help the Brotherhood of Steel. We get kidnapped by the Enclave, and we do it all ourselves. Now would be a perfect time for donations, because there's about 2 minutes of walking after this point, until we get to Little Lamplight, and then that's when all hell breaks loose. Yeah. But,
I guess it was nothing.
I don't know what I could talk about here. There's not really much to do here. I'm auto-running all the way to Little Lamplight. This is the biggest running section in the run. And as you can see, this is why Speed Cripple is very important, because, I mean, not only am I moving faster, but there's a lot of movement to this run. So, yeah. Trying to think. I'm just, like, there's a lot to do inside a Little Lamplight, so, yeah, this would be a perfect time for donations. Whew. Also, we don't really take much damage in this run, too. I don't have any idea why, but getting Speed Cripple or Cliff Cripple essentially makes your character kind of invincible. I don't know why this occurs, but you don't get damaged as easily, so as we explore through the wasteland, we aren't going to take as much damage as usual. This is mostly seen in 100% because in the other categories, the longer categories, not taking damage is much more impactful, but it's not really as big in this run because all of the enemies are scaled to your level, and because we're level 1 and we can't level up, all of the enemies are going to stay level 1. That's another point as well to explain, is because we skipped the GOAT test, we don't level up, and we never can level up, so we are permanently level 1. And we also, like I said before, we could escape from the vault as a baby, but it's not fast to do so because you'd have to move around as a baby. And if you've ever played a Bethesda game, you'll know that your height is tied to your movement speed, so being the adult player model is faster.
I guess it was not.
Alright, so we made it to Little Lamplight, and immediately I'm going to try and clip out of bounds here to get inside Little Lamplight. This is to reset my player position to the COC. Don't know why this is not clipping me out of bounds. Very weird. So clipping out of bounds like this resets my CLC, my position. Then I'm going to clip out again to do an air swim glitch. So this is where you quick save while not swimming, and then quick load from a swimming point. You can just swim through the game. We're not swimming in anything right now, but this is useful to get to Vault 87 because there's a barricade there, but also because it's faster than walking around. So, yeah, we're gonna swim all the way to Vault 87, and now we've made it. There's a few tricks going on here, and I'll explain them as they happen, but essentially we're just gonna try and ignore all of these soup mutants. Once we grab the Gek, the run is pretty much ended. There's not really much to do after that. There are a few clips that are a bit hard, but I'm gonna go for this. There we go, nice.
Now try and hide.
The current world record is held by Elongated Musket Gun and LMW, who have a 14-minute and 15-second world record. It's a tied world record. It's really, their runs are really good. Like, kind of on another level good. My PB is a 14:35, which I think puts me in 5th position, but I haven't really ran this category in a while. But as you can see, I can quick save through a lot of these doors. And we can also quick save, quick load on top of roofs of cells, like so. And we're gonna use this rock to get up and through this doorway. So again, we can go through doors. We can get on top of like the roof of these cells here, and use that to clip through to different parts, which is kind of what I'm doing pretty fastly, which kind of lets us navigate to the end of each of these areas pretty fastly, as you can see. Next, this is kind of important. We can't really pick up the Gek right now because we need to initiate the quest for it. So by going into here and activating this fire alarm, we initiate the quest to picking up the Gek because we free Fox. And freeing Fox is a stage in that quest, which gives us the quest, because obviously we can't complete a stage in the quest without having the quest. So by freeing Fox, we're now able to grab the Gek, which is one of the only kind of like essential things that we do, quest-wise. And now, usually you send Fox in to get the Gek, or you need to have like a radiation suit, but if you just run in like this in third-person interaction with it, which is where you go into third-person camera and tilt your camera around, you can grab the Gek yourself. Okay, if I can clip out of here, that would be nice. Oh, God. There we go. That clip is very finicky. And by doing that, we can grab the Gek ourselves and not use Fox or radiation to pick it up. Radiation suits, which saves a lot of time. And nice. This is how we get kidnapped by the Enclave. So now we've initiated the ending of the game. We're going to get taken to Raven Rock, which is in the top left corner of the map. And immediately what we're going to do is we're going to leave Raven Rock and then fast travel to the Citadel, which we discovered at the start of the run, which then sends us to Jefferson Memorial, which lets us complete the game. So yeah, this should be done in around about 15 minutes.
Make sure the Gek is secure.
Oh yeah, this is Colonel Autumn. He's kind of like the most important character in the entire game, but forgot about him.
You're certain she's unharmed?
Yes, sir. She'll pass out shortly, but we can revive her.
Excellent.
There is a glitch here
Transport immediately.
that is
Right away, sir.
kind of out of the player's hand, where if Colonel Autumn can't reach you, or if he's blocked, you can actually skip a huge chunk of this cutscene here and save like 30 seconds. But we deemed it as a
You're
unfair glitch because it's pretty much impossible to emulate and happens rarely. So, but it's interesting. I think it's only been obtained like several times. It's a very, very rare trick, which is why it's not allowed, because, I mean, this run already has speed cripple in it, which is pretty much terrible as it is. So, alright, we're immediately going to clip out of bounds and get ourselves reset here. And this is just to navigate through Raven Rock. One of the only things of note that we're going to do in Raven Rock is we're going to clip into the President's room. That's because if we clip into the President's room, we can talk to him faster and we don't have to, like, watch as his Securitrons shoot down a few soldiers. And that's coming up soon. This trick, this clip is kind of hard. It's a lot harder than the other clips because you have to do it like semi-sideways. There you go. And it's probably one of the harder clips that new runners have to learn. Then we're gonna go up here and talk to the President. He's gonna give us the FEV, which essentially he wants us to use to pollute the water so it kills off all of the mutants. I think it's the FEV? No, yeah, it's the FEV. We're gonna take it because we have to, but we're not gonna use it. And then we're gonna clip out of bounds and immediately walk around this corner to initiate the ending sequence of Raven Rock, which lets us escape If we don't run around that corner, we can't escape. And that's pretty much Raven Rock. This is the Enclave. We met them, we said hi to them, and we're gonna leave. I do have to be very careful here because he's got a missile launcher. Then, like I said, we're gonna go to the Citadel, and this is the end of the game. So, essentially what we did was we ran straight to grab the Gek. Then with the Gek, we got kidnapped, sent to Raven Rock. We initialized the final quest. And now, because we've done things sort of order, we're not even in the final stage of the game. But the game does acknowledge that we've, like, started the final quest. And because we've done so, everything's out of place. A key point is that, like, a lot of the scenery that this isn't supposed to be here. Like, that car isn't supposed to be here. This fence is supposed to be a lot longer. And we're not supposed to be able to go to the Jefferson Memorial, but we can. So we've completely balked the game. And now we gotta go meet Colonel Autumn for the last time and basically talk to him. And then in doing so, we can end the game and complete Fallout 3. So, gotta clip into this room. Like so. You talk to Colonel 216. End the game. The relevance of 216, we skipped at the start of the game because I quick loaded over it, but it's a Bible passage that Dad tells us about you know, I am the Alpha and Omega, or whatever. It's the passcode that he put on the Jefferson Memorial to activate it, but by activating it, we lock ourselves in the radiation room, which kills us. So that's the end of the game. We defeated Jefferson Memorial and Colonel Autumn. We purified the water, and we did it as a 16-year-old. Let's go! That wasn't so bad. And then we get the credits.
And so it was that the lone wanderer ventured forth
All right,
from Vault
thanks for watching.
101,
I appreciate it.
intent on discovering the fate
Let
of
me
a
get my chat
father
up.
who had once sacrificed the future
I missed you,
of
chat.
humanity for that of his only child.
What do you guys think, good or bad?
The capital wasteland proved a cruel, inhospitable place.
That was terrible commentary. It is what it is.
But it was not until the end of this long road that the lone wanderer learned the true meaning of that greatest
Yo,
of virtues,
Zero, thanks to the pound, man.
sacrifice.
I'm gonna look for your chat log. What were you guys saying?
Project Purity. The child followed the example of the father, sacrificing
He's gonna
life
die.
itself for the greater good.
What a loser. Okay.